October 21st, and I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. We got some deer out in this plot already. It's only 4:40. We saw our first deer while actually I was hanging the stand. I could see some deer like 40 yards just milling around the bedding area. We've already watched a couple bucks heading out across the middle of the farm, and now there's 4 deer right here, a couple fawns just bedded down in the clover. So that is a really good sign for the night. It's by far the earliest movement I've seen all season. We've got a really good cold front right now, or that just came through. So it's clearly got the deer moving. This is a familiar spot. Last year in mid-October, Grant killed the deer we call Bob at the stand about 25 yards away. And I decided to come in. There's this good looking oak tree right here. That stand was good. It produced some really good hunts for us. But it was just a little bit too far off, and the deer tend to work out away from that stand. And so it pushes that bow shot a lot further. I think Grant's was probably like 43 yards. This stand is a lot more in the game. Granted, we give up a little more from a wind direction standpoint, but I wanted to get in a little bit closer, so brought 2 stands in, sticks. We're able to hang it nice and quiet. Obviously, with these deer right here, didn't disturb anything, so I think it's going to be a good night, at least as far as seeing deer. We're not necessarily in Marino's core, but you never know. We're not too terribly far off either, so hoping we can at least see a good buck. Ethan does have his bow in the tree as well, so we'll see if we can get any mature buck to come out. Be good to lay eyes on deck for the first time this season too, so can't wait to see how it unfolds. She has not lifted her head. She hasn't lifted her head. I know. She's just, you can see her tail. It's inside. This doe that is out here right now with the 2 fawns, she's one that I had pictures of in early September back here. It almost looks like something tried to attack her. Her back end looks really nasty. And it looked pretty fresh back in early September. But this is the same doe. She does not look very healthy. She's skinny. I haven't been able to see completely her tail. She hasn't turned that way yet, but makes you wonder what actually happened to her. Careful of all the does. Man, look at that doe right now. She does not look good. Yeah. He's in the green path right there. Turned him. See him scraping. That's him. He's walking the other way. He turned on a dime. Yeah. If we... You shoot him from that far away. We had some excitement there. All those does and fawns were out working out in front of us, and that, I think he's just a good 3-year-old 10. Was working out in the plot, and for whatever reason, the wind just kind of switched directions. Instead of blowing northwest, it was coming straight out of the south, right out to those deer. And I can't figure it out because this is not a swirling wind spot as far as like the topography and just the area in general. So it was just the wind, for whatever reason, it was just switching directions. And we are on the backside of this front, but I thought for sure it was well past it. We weren't going to get any kicks like that. So it's pretty deflating when you have that many deer and the night's going really well and something like that happens. But then right after that, I spotted just a big mature 8, probably 200 yards away, walking straight away from us. I grunted a couple times and he turned on a dime, started scraping up the ground, got fired up. And I thought maybe he's gonna march right in here. There was a buck that Ethan was maybe gonna shoot, but a doe kind of got in between us. And I don't really know where he went from there. I could see a willow tree getting raked not too far, so I assume that was him. I don't know where he went. I assume he just kind of switched directions. They're definitely moving good. I hate that it kind of got messed up right there with that wind switching, but it's about 6 o'clock right now, so hopefully it stays straight the rest of the night. This deer definitely still moving. Well, unfortunately not the way we wanted to end the night, but it was a good hunt nonetheless. It was good to see some nice cold front deer movement on their feet early. It's good to see a mature buck, good to see him get fired up. So the next couple of days, the weather looks solid. I imagine we'll be out somewhere. Things are definitely changing in the deer woods. We're almost at that good time, so I can't wait to see how the next week or two unfolds.